What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam, I hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight. I hope you guys have all had a great weekend and a great Sunday. I hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 fantasy football draft. Tonight we're hopping into the Puppy 2 through Underdog Fantasy. I'm as excited as ever to be here with you guys and to throw together another squad for the season. So you guys know what to do, man. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for being here tonight. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way in, whether you guys are new or not to the channel. Be sure to hit that like button, but most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how everyone is doing, and of course any fantasy football topics, best ball, dynasty, redraft, whatever it may be, any NFL topics, get them going in the live chat. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk some fantasy football. Okay, so I will give it a couple minutes here, see if anyone wants to try and hop in with me. We have a couple things to get into tonight because we have a lot going on within our own community. We still have our Superflex League number 1 Dynasty Startup Draft, slow draft going on, so we'll kind of go over an update from that. And then for our second Superflex Dynasty Startup Draft, that draft starts at 9:30 p.m. tonight. So there's possibility you guys will see a couple picks from that draft at the end of tonight's stream. So yeah, we'll go through all of that. And then I do want to talk to you guys about Underdog's NFL season pick'ems, because I think these are actually really, really cool and really exciting. And I think there's some really good lines. So essentially we're looking at player prop lines for the entire season. So there's some of these that I really want to go over with you guys. So we'll talk about that throughout the draft tonight as well. So for those of you guys who do want to draft with me tonight, I'm going to enter at exactly 8:50 p.m. Eastern time, 30 seconds per pick. Just hop into the Puppy 2 lobby, and hopefully you guys get in with me because this tournament is filling very, very quickly. It's at a 72.7% fill rate. Compare that to Best Ball Mania, that is at 19.1. Obviously a $20 difference in terms of the entry fee, but yeah, the Puppy will continue to fill a very, very quick pace. So if you guys have any of you guys in the Dynasty Leagues, if you have anything you want me to go over from your respective Dynasty teams so far, please let me know. And like I said, we'll go over the Dynasty draft so far. And there's some potential that you guys may see. I don't want to get too excited, but a couple selections from the second Superflex Dynasty League. Like I said, that draft will start in 40 minutes. So, all right, under a minute here, and we will hop into tonight's draft. All right, let's see who's up in the live chat. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Like I said, hope you guys have all had a great weekend. Godfather, what's going on, man? Good to see you. You excited? You got your guy Najee. So you have Najee Harris in both the Dynasty Leagues so far, right? By the way, Godfather, I did get your message on Discord last night and noted. I forgot to respond. I'm sorry. Smoke at the Cat was good, bro. I know, man. I'm excited for the league to start drafting tonight, I should say. Excited to have you in that league, of course. Michael, what's going on, my dude? Hello, hello. I'll be in the Puppy, hopefully. And yeah, I am entering right now, as promised. 6 spots, 5 spots open. Shane, how do I join the Puppy? You just need an Underdog account. As long as you have one, you just go to the main lobby on Underdog. I mean, it's probably on the home screen, but you know, specify you go to NFL, go to the Puppy. As long as you're on 30 seconds per pick and you enter, I mean, it's filled now, but that's all you would have to do. So as long as you have an account on Underdog, you're good to go. Oh, Michael, we're in here. I didn't see you at first, man. But yeah, I'm sorry, Shane. I promised everyone I was hopping in at exactly 8:50 p.m. And of course, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, you can double your first deposit, or dollar by dollar, up to $100 with promo code The Catch. Promo link in the description down below. But yeah, and guys, I mean, if you guys are interested in entering any Underdog tournaments, you guys can let me know on the Underdog chat on Discord. And of course, we can always set up private leagues as well. There's quite a few different options for the private leagues. We ran a lot of these last year, just purely with subscribers. So like there's $3 drafts, 3-person drafts, 12-person drafts, 4-person, 6-person. I mean, you guys can see everything on the screen. But yeah, all kinds of different entry fees. And any of these ones, like we can't do a private draft, in one of the main tournaments for, because, you could sway the draft however you wanted, theoretically, if you did that. But yeah, we can always set up private drafts and be happy to set some of those up with you guys this year. All right, I'm sitting at the 1.1. Or excuse me, 1.2, I'm sorry. Ronnie's at the 1.1, letting it go down to the wire, it looks like. All right, sorry, I'm getting this pulled up. So he goes Justin Jefferson. No surprise there. I mean, I feel like I've selected from the 1.2 quite a few times. Like the last time we streamed, I was at the 1.2. I remember because I got chased. So I kind of want to switch it up here. Let's go C-Mac. Let's switch it up. I have quite a few shares of Chase. And like I said, the last time we streamed, I did an Underdog draft. I chose Chase as well. So, like, I actually want to check. Let's see. Okay, so sorry, this took me a second to pull up, but what's my exposure to Chase? It can't be that high. Okay, it's definitely not that high. Okay, it's like 7.4. So I don't know. Oh, and Hill goes at 1.3. Chase goes at 1.4. I just want to switch it up tonight. Let's go C-Mac. I don't want tonight's stream to turn out like the last stream where I just went with the crazy Bengals stack. So we'll go C-Mac tonight. All right, let's see here. Kevin, should I feel confident in Chris Olave being a top 12 wide receiver this year? I would be pretty confident. I'm a big fan of Olave in full PPR for sure. Yeah. Top 15, I would say. I would put money on that, yeah. Godfather, I do have Najee in both leagues. Too good to pass up where I got him value-wise. Thank you to everyone for passing on. Mate, that's your guy, man. I'm just happy you were able to go out and get him. So here's what we're looking at for the slow draft that we kind of started to review last night. I forgot where we were at, but things have definitely, we've at least got a full round in. I forgot where we stopped going. I think we were at the 3.11. Because remember Drake London getting selected on stream last night. So Tommy continuing to stick to the skill position players. Gets Kenneth Walker, loyal Seattle Seahawks fan. Had to go and get his guy, and then gets Christian Watson at the 4.1. Heavy CMC trades up to 4.2 to grab JSN, and then also gets Jordan Addison at the 4.4. Steven goes with a veteran at 4.3 and Tyreek Hill. J-Dubs trades back on the board to acquire Mark Andrews. Mr. Sarcastic goes with Quentin Johnston. Let's see here. Speezy ends up with Austin Eckler, which I'm not going to lie. If Eckler fell to 4.9, I was definitely going to consider him. Metcalf off the board to Senior Cinnabon, and that's who I really wanted here at the 4.9 was DK Metcalf. Just being that he's age 25 and a dominant player at the position. But I was not upset with Cooper Kupp, although he is much older at age 29 going into the 7th season. I just went with the best available wide receiver at the 4.9. And obviously, from a long-term play, not great, but it fills in that wide receiver 2 spot right away. And I mean, honestly, I think if Kupp wasn't hurt last year, he'd probably be going closer to where Hill went and maybe even a little bit higher. So, I think he's a good value at the 4.9. Speezy went with Stephon Diggs at the 4.10. Said in the chat was just, just could not pass up the potential stack with Josh Allen, even if it's only for the short term. Could be for the long term. We'll find out. But Spencer goes with ETN. He was on a streak here. All players who have green on their jerseys. He ended that in the 5th round of TJ Hawkinson. And Godfather gets his guy, Najee Harris, at 4.12, followed by his first receiver of the draft, and Jerry Jeudy. So we're certainly moving along. I've got a couple players I really like here at the 5.4, so I think I'm going to be happy with this selection. We'll see who Speezy takes off the board, and we'll go from there. It's been a good draft so far. All right, so quite a few selections here. A little bit of a run at running back going down. Let's see who I want to potentially get here. Probably going to have to go wide receiver at pick 23 and pick 26. And I'm probably going to be eyeing quite a few 49ers players. Let's try and get some 49ers stack action going. All right, so give me Devonta Smith. I'm going to have a lot of exposure to Smith, but I just really don't care. Then I'm going to try and get Metcalf with this next selection. Oh, but I could go Debo. Like I said, maybe we'll go for some 49ers action. But I just rather draft Ayuk. maybe I'll go Debo for fun here. We'll see. I feel like Ronnie's not even drafting. You know, between every selection. Okay, there goes Higgins. I'm going to wait till the clock goes all the way down. But we'll survive. Spence, I was between Etienne and Najee. Okay, interesting. What was the final factor for you going Etienne over Najee, Spence? Godfather says, I appreciate you. Seems like all the guys I was aiming for in the fourth just started getting taken left and right. Also says, Olave top 12. He could with the likes of Carr throwing the ball. I would bank more on top 20. I think top 15 is very, very fair. Top 12, I don't think is out of the question at all, though. All right, let's take Debo tonight. Let's try and switch up some of that exposure. And let's try and get some 49ers stacking going. Let's do it that way tonight. All right, so Spence says, I like the Jacksonville offense more than Pittsburgh. Completely fair. Completely fair. All right. So, new Underdog pick'em lines for the upcoming 2023 NFL season. Man, C.J. Stroud at 3,400 passing yards. How many... Why do I feel like that's super high for a rookie quarterback? Hold on. Like, I do think there are some of these lines that the unders very tempting. I mean, let's just go down the list here. So 3,400. Josh Allen had just over 2,070 passing yards in his rookie season. Burrow was hurt, but at 2,600. Herbert destroyed that with 4,300. T-Law had 36. Okay. So I guess it's not too crazy. Prescott had 3,600. Okay, I guess it's not too crazy. Just seemed a little high right out of the gate. Daniel Jones, 3,000. Yeah, I mean, I guess not too crazy. I don't know. Like I said, it seemed a little high for my liking. Godfather says 3,400 yards for Stroud rookie year sounds like a lot. I kind of agree still, though. All right, so, I mean, there's literally all kinds of lines. For passing yards and passing touchdowns, I'm not crazy about those. I'm not going to lie. So they got Bryce Young at 34, 46 and a half. 22 and a half passing touchdowns. Russ at 3,800 passing yards. Mahomes super juiced, 37 and a half, 47 and a half passing yard, 100 passing yards. Kenny Pickett at 19 and a half. I just personally, I kind of like Justin Fields' line here at 29.50 and a half. because I do think that Fields is going to throw the ball more this year. He had pretty awful numbers throwing the ball last year, but I think he's going to improve this year. I really do. Just 2,200 passing yards last year. Desmond Ridder at 15.5 touchdowns. Kind of interesting if you're a Ridder truther. Rodgers at 20.5 passing touchdowns. I do like Trevor Lawrence at 26.5. What did he have last year? 25. I think he'll take another step forward this year, though. I like that line. I like Tony Pollard at 7.5 rushing touchdowns a lot. Like a lot. There are some of these running back lines that I really like. He had 9 rushing touchdowns last year. But are you worried about him coming back from injury, I guess is the question you have to ask. All right, why is this guy taking every quarterback? Come on, man. Why you got to do that? All right, give me DJ Moore. I forgot that I already abandoned my strategy. Man, I was crap. I meant to get Ayuk and Kittle. Well, that's probably a little overkill. It's probably better that I got DJ Moore. I haven't really been going tight end early, so maybe I'll just go Kittle here at pick 50. He's the top-rated tight end. His ADP is 59.5. Top-rated wide receivers: Mike Williams, Chris Godwin, Pittman, Ayuk, and JSN. Ayuk's ADP is 57.1. But I have a lot of exposure to Ayuk, so let's just roll with Debo tonight. And let's go Kittle with the next selection. Why not? John Edwards in the house. What's good? Always good to have you in the house. Hope you're doing fantastic. Smokey, like the Gibbs over Herbert touchdowns under. Okay, let's take a look. The Gibbs over, yeah. Gibbs lines look pretty good right now. All right, so I'm going to go with Kittle with this next pick. Give me some Niners tonight. If Stroud plays all 18 games, which he could, he would have to average 189 yards a game to reach that mark. Sounds kind of reasonable as in he could accomplish that. Yeah, it seemed high just looking at it, but overall, I don't think it's too crazy. All right. Yeah, I mean, I really like the Pollard rushing touchdowns line. But if you're worried about him coming back from injury, I can understand that. I like Ramondre Stevenson's lines as well. I think running backs, there's a lot of good values. I mean, his lines for rushing yards, 925.5 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. I like the rushing yards mark here. He had 1,040 rushing yards last year, 5 rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, that's a little bit high, but Damian Harris is out of there. So I don't think that's unreasonable by any means. Rashad White over, I mean, basically 800 rushing yards, 801 rushing yards is what you need here. Let's see what White finished with last year. 481, but obviously you have Lenny out of there. I don't think that's too crazy. Najee at 6 rushing touchdowns. JT at 8.5. I do like my guy Pacheco at 5.5 rushing yards, or rushing touchdowns. 5.5 rushing yards would be nice, but he had exactly 5 rushing touchdowns last year. But you just got to remember, he really didn't take over that backfield until midseason. So I like that one a lot, really do. I feel like Swift at 4.5 rushing touchdowns is actually kind of tempting, but definitely risky. Etienne at 6. Pierce at 5.5. I mean, what did Pierce finish at last year? I will tell you in a second. 4. Now you got Singletary hanging around. I really like Christian McCaffrey at 6.5 rushing touchdowns. I really feel like that line should be way more juiced. He had 8 rushing touchdowns last year. And I mean, he had plenty of them when he was with the 49ers. So I I love that line. That might be my favorite line. I don't like the Eckler 8.5 because, I mean, he had 13 last year and 12 the year before, so it's you know, you would think it'd be a little bit more juiced, but I don't like it because he gets so many receiving touchdowns. Bijan at 8.5 seems pretty tempting, just because it's Bijan. Did I skip over Gibbs? Gibbs' only line is you need 581 rushing yards. I mean, that line seems really nice, but it's kind of tough because you do have Monty there. So, I mean, let's look here. Swift last year had 542 rushing yards, played 14 games. Monty had 801 rushing yards, played 16 games. I don't know. I think that's a pretty good line overall. That's one that I mean, I know Gibbs is going to catch a lot of footballs, but I would definitely consider that line. Johnny getting ready to make that #1 pick in the Dynasty draft. Who you taking, bro? Yeah, we got about 23 minutes. Let us know who you're going after. I mean, no one can steal them from you. All right, so who do I want to pick here? Let's go Pacheco. I can't believe that this one team took Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. It's got all Cincinnati, Kansas City, and Buffalo players. I mean, like, can't really beat them up for that. I don't know if I want to take another running back or wide receiver. I'm going to hold off at quarterback a little bit more, late round quarterback tonight. I kind of want to go Jahan Dotson or Zay Flowers with this next pick. Rashad White, DeAndre Swift, Montgomery, Akers. There are some good players here. So Kyle Pitts off the board to end the 6th round, and into the 7th round we'll go. Ronnie taking it down to the wire again. Yeah, a lot of good players available right now. I think I want to go Dotson. I think I'd be pretty happy with Dotson right here. I need a player. Oh, so Mike Evans gone. Okay, yeah. I'll go Dotson. I like that pick a lot. Johnny's going to be Mahomes. It has to be, right? I mean, yeah. Mahomes is going to be a beautiful selection for you, man. I love that Gibbs line. I take that all day long. All right, receiving yard totals. Let's see who we got. Interesting that Russell Gage is the first player we can look at. I mean, Metcalf at 950.5. I feel like I like that line. But obviously you have JSN there now. Metcalf had 1,048 receiving yards last year. I still like that line. Dotson, you need 800 yards, 801 yards. He had 523. I don't know. I mean, it's not that I don't believe in Dotson. I just drafted him in tonight's draft, but I think I'd be more concerned about if the quarterback play ends up being too shaky. Christian Watson, I need 851 receiving yards. That's interesting. I like DJ Moore at 875. I mean, you need 876 yards total. You guys know I believe in DJ Moore, even in that Bears offense. He has, every season except for his rookie season, he has beat that number. Last year was closest, though. 888 receiving yards on the dot last year for DJ Moore. I like that line. Isaiah Hodgins is interesting at 425.5, but who really knows what that Giants receiver room is going to look like at the end of the day? Man, Allen Lazard at 601. I mean, you guys know I like that line. You guys know I love my guy, the Lizard Man. 788 receiving yards for him last year. That's the only season he's beat that line right there. 601 receiving yards. But I still kind of like it. It just depends if you believe in the Jets' offense this year or not. The one line that I do like Drake London's line a ton. He had 866 receiving yards in his rookie season. I think he will easily beat that number in his sophomore season. Albert, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hello. Brandon Ayuk at 776 receiving yards is what you would need to hit. That is another line that I would be smashing right now. I think that's a great line. He's hit that number every year except for his rookie season. I mean, I get it. Debo, Kittle, CMC, whatever. I still think that line is fantastic. But yeah, guys, I mean, there's all kinds of lines you guys can take a look at. And I definitely think there's some that are definitely worth putting money on before they potentially change. So overall, I believe the rule is if a player misses 5 or more games, they become they don't count against you. So let me try and double check that. But I mean, obviously, I know placing those potential bets right now holds a little bit of risk because we still have a lot of the offseason to go and injuries do happen. But I do think that there are definitely some good lines that are worth looking at. So I just wanted to point some of those out to you guys. And this is a version of Pick'ems that Underdog has never ran before. So I definitely think it's worth looking at if you guys are planning on doing any Underdog Pick'ems for the year. And you guys know throughout the regular season, I generally go over on a weekly basis my favorite Underdog Pick'ems. Okay, I would love to draft Zay Flowers right here. He's the top-rated player. I'll be really happy with that pick. Yeah, I'll take Zay Flowers all day right here. His ADP is 89.6, fell to pick 95. Super happy with that selection. All right, so I've got 2 running backs, 5 wide receivers, a tight end. I might just go super late round quarterback tonight and try and get some late round stacks. So available players that I like, A.J. Dillon. Yeah, if I don't go running back here, I could get in a little bit of trouble. But like Jameson Williams sitting here is certainly interesting. But I think I'm going to go with another running back. I mean, I've got 5 wide receivers I'm pretty happy with. Top-rated quarterbacks, Richardson, Tua, Cousins, Jones. Top-rated running backs, James Cook, Alvin Kamara, Charbs, Dillon, Pirine. Top-rated receivers, Jameson Williams, Juju, Odell, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones. Looks like Jones has moved up in ADP a little bit. Top available tight ends, Evan Ingram, David Njoku, Freiermuth, Kincaid, and Nkonkwo. There goes Ingram off the board. All right, I'll go running back here. Let's switch up our exposure a little bit. Let's go James Cook. Why not? Let's get a piece of Buffalo's offense. Why not? Thomas, what's going on, man? Always good to see you. How we doing? 15 minutes till our second Dynasty slow draft kicks off. I am at the 1.4. So I would imagine I'm drafting a quarterback. But this draft board is literally insane. I mean, I think, yeah, there's only like 3 or 4 teams who have not traded at all. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Super flex, tight end premium, play 3 wide receivers. It's going to be an interesting draft. That's for sure. You're good, Michael. What's your team looking like, Mike? We got Lamb, St. Brown, Watson, Deontay, Gibbs, and Monty. T-Law and Lazard looking pretty sharp, man. Dante, would you trade Devonta Smith and Addison for Amon-Ra? No, I would not. And I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I think that's a little bit too much value. You should be... I mean, you can't, like... You know... you can't really take away the value of Devonta Smith right now, man. You know, Amon-Ra was your wide receiver 7 in full PPR last year, played 16 games. Smith wasn't far off, was your wide receiver 9, played 17 games. So just under 1,200 receiving yards for Smith, 7 touchdowns for Smith. Wilson, just over or under 1,200 receiving yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. So more receptions at 106 for Amon-Ra compared to Devonta Smith's 95, but very, very, very close in statistics and overall rankings. And then I think Addison is going to be a good receiver. So, and a good scheme for him as well. I don't know. As much as I like Amon-Ra, I'm a huge Amon-Ra St. Brown fan. I think I have him in every dynasty draft we've done so far. But I think it's just a little bit too much. And like I said, when you really break down what Smith and Amon-Ra did last year, almost identical outside of the receptions. So I would not do that trade. Now, if you're going to get Amon-Ra and a very valuable draft pick, maybe I'd consider it. Or another player. But like, I think overall, Smith is comparable to St. Brown, and then you're just giving up Addison for nothing. So you have to get some value back for Addison if you truly want St. Brown that badly. Michael, I appreciate you making these drafts, or the dynasty drafts, interesting. Truly do. All right, big run at quarterback. Big run at quarterback. I want to try and get Purdy late. So I have 3 Niners players. I'll probably go Goff. What's this team in front of me got? He's got Jalen Hurts. All right, give me Goff. And then I'll probably just go best available player. I mean, we got like Devon A-Chain. We got Jerick McKinnon. Could go with another receiver, Zay Jones. I think I'll go running back here. McKinnon or A-Chain for me. Could go tight end with a guy like Cole Kmet, Dalton Kincaid. There's some names out here. But yeah, I'm going to make a little bit of a build that's a little bit lighter at quarterback tonight. Dante, what you think they should add to make it even? Like I said, at least a valuable draft selection or a player close to Addison's value, you know? But personally, I think having Devonta Smith and Jordan Addison is perfectly fine. I think Smith will arguably be close to Amon-Ra's production next year. But I believe that much in Devonta Smith, you know? I mean, like I said, I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. But Devonta Smith and Amon-Ra St. Brown are like 2 of my favorite players, honestly, right now. All right, so I kind of want to go A-Chain here. And I kind of want to go Jerick McKinnon. But I'm going to go A-Chain because I have Pacheco on this team. I want to diversify offenses a little bit. Right now I've got quite a few players on week 10, week 9, and week 13 buys. So I really need to start watching that. But yeah, Dante, seriously, I think having Devonta Smith and Addison is fine. I mean, chat, let us know what you guys think about Dante's potential trade there. Which side do you prefer? Devonta Smith and Addison or Amon-Ra St. Brown? And if something was to be added to the Amon-Ra side, what do you think would make that fair? All right, I got to make sure I'm keeping track of the time since I have to start that slow draft. Oh, I've got it right here. All right, I'm going to send out a warning in that league that draft is starting very shortly. All right, there we go. All right, so moving into the 12th round at pick 143, I need to make sure I'm keeping an eye on quarterbacks. Might be able to go Carr at 143. What are my upcoming picks? 143, 146, 167, 170. I don't know, I might be able to get Carr, but he's also the top-rated quarterback, so that could change too. So I'm rolling with Goff, CMC, Pacheco, James Cook, A-Chain, Devonta Smith, Devo, DJ Moore, Dotson, Zay Flowers, George Kittle. I like the start to this team. Just got to keep an eye on bye weeks. Johnny, trying to try and do a redraft after this. Also hoping I get to pick tomorrow before I go back to work Tuesday would make it easier. Yeah, I'm down to run a redraft off air after this for sure. I think you'll probably be able to get your next selection in before you go back to work. Things will probably, like, generally speaking, like every night and every morning, there'll probably be a couple picks off the board. So, I mean, we're at 5.3. You pick at 5.12, 6.1. I think we'll get there before Tuesday. For whatever reason, more picks tend to happen on weekdays compared to weekends, probably because people are, I don't know, doing stuff on the weekend. All right, so Carr is off the board. He's not an option for me. I want to go after there's some good Saints players you can select late. But we'll survive. Could go Jordan Love here. Not as excited about that. I might just go like, let's see. I'll pick one. I can really draft whoever I want here. Maybe Roshan Johnson. That might kind of wrap up running backs for us. Could go tight end. Could go like with Greg Dulcich. Let's go Johnson. I want to get some Johnson shares. And I think I'm going to go against ADP and go with Rashid Shaheed at pick 146 because I don't think he'll make it back to me at 167. And I'm probably just going to take like the best available quarterbacks at 167 and 170 and then fill out the rest of the draft with another tight end, some skill position guys. And see what happens. I'm going to go with Shaheed right here. I'll buy into the hype. I like this team tonight. I mean, quarterback doesn't have a very high ceiling, but like, I think we'll survive. Ronnie taking it down to the wire. He goes Rashee Rice. I'll go Shaheed. And we'll move right along. So Tyreek Hill wins the primary poll tonight at 88% compared to Cooper Kupp at 12%. I thought Kupp would get a little bit more love there. Let's start a new poll. Who ya drafting? I got a good one for you guys. Similar to the poll we just looked at. Who you're drafting in Dynasty This was a decision I had to make today. Cup, Diggs, or Adams. Looking at a veteran tier wide receivers. Who'd you guys go after? I chose Cup. But you could certainly argue that Diggs has the quarterback play behind him and compare it to the other two guys. Oh man, I'm getting ready to kick off this slow draft. I'm so excited. All right, so Dolchich off the board. Singletary, Higbee, as we look to wrap up the 13th round. Michael, what are you doing over there? Got some running back depth. Got your tight ends locked up. On the opposite end of the board is myself. I was hoping Kyler would fall. I was hoping I could get Kyler and then like whoever at 170 at quarterback. Oh. Michael, why'd you do that? Not cool, bro. I'm not talking to Michael the rest of the night. That was intentional. Oh my gosh, now this draft is over. I'm going to pick Trey Lance. I'm picking Trey Lance. No one can stop me. I'm picking Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. Brock Purdy is getting injured. His first start. Michael, awful pick. Nobody likes Brock Purdy. He sucks. What's up, J-Dubs? Taylor, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hello, hello. Michael says the board looked crazy. Michael, you're shunned for the night. Oh, Michael, you have no first round or no second round pick in the draft, huh? Interesting. You've got 2 third rounders, 2 fourth rounders, 5th rounder, no 6th rounder, 2 7th rounders, an 8th rounder, a 9th rounder, no 10th or 11th, 2 13 rounders, a 12th, 14 through the 23rd round. You've got everything. Okay. But I assume you have some future picks? Neil says, what do you want for Mahomes? Ooh, give a pretty penny for that. All right, I'm going Trey Lance, baby. Let's do it. Oh, he has the same buy as Jared Goff. I mean, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe. I was about to say, maybe Michael did me a favor there. Go like Lance and Sam Howell. I've got Dotson. Who's the best field goal player? Oh gosh, no one really. Oh, this is just a weird draft tonight. How many more picks do I have? Available at tight end. Oh, we're going Sam Laporta, baby. Give him to me. Give me the stack with Goffy. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, he's the same buy because George Kittle. I just said that out loud. I'm such an idiot tonight. This draft is awful. All right, I'm drafting Trey Lance. I don't care. I don't care. I'm drafting him at 170. Katz has 3 first rounders and somehow still has 6 picks in the first 6 rounds. Yeah, I don't know how Katz pulled that off, but I'm happy he did because in the one quarterback dynasty league, he had like no picks. There's a ton of futures, but a very young team and gave up a lot of value this year. Michael says, I feel the draft is going to go a certain way, zigzagging. Hey, man. There's still plenty of time to get up into those first couple rounds, right? You have lots of draft capital. All right, so now I need to pick another tight end. Gosh. Give me Trey Lance. Let's do it. All right, I cannot afford to draft another player with a week 9 bye. Oh, sorry, I need to start the draft. For those of you in the Dynasty League, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I had the wrong... Oh my gosh, I'm already screwing up the draft. Hold on. Hold on, John, I'm fixing it. Sorry. I'll fix the issue in just a second here. You know what? I can fix this quicker from my phone. It has the wrong... It's supposed to be locked from 12 a.m. till 8 a.m. It has it set at 12 p.m. So the draft is locked. Hold on, guys. I'm coming. This will be easy fix. I promise. But for whatever reason, it was harder to do on my computer compared to... Alright. You guys should be good now. My bad. It's fixed. Okay, awful start for league number 2, thanks to me. Thomas, when asked who wanted to join Dynasty, I was nervous, not sure. Now I wish I was getting ready to draft with y'all in League 2. Yeah, man. Well, I still have room in the single quarterback league if you want to join one of those. All right. I need to embed it in my mind. It's week 9, week 10, week 13. I really need to stay away from. My gosh, it's already my turn to pick? Oh, is that in the other league? It is. All right. A lot going on in the community, like I told you guys. So, Josh Jacobs off the board to Jay Speezy, going very heavy at running back so far this draft. All right, so I want to go wide receiver right here. And I think I know who I'm going to pick. It's a little bit against ADP. There are quite a few guys I like right here. I don't want to... I don't want to pull up my queue, which was on the screen for a second, so you guys can just rewind and pause it. But I just don't want to sway the draft in any direction. Hold on. I'm going to clear my queue. Oh, I think I just closed out of everything I needed. I'm struggling tonight, guys. Hold on. I'm going to ask you guys, see what you guys think about who I should potentially take. My queue wasn't that serious, but I don't know. I just don't want to sway the draft. So... available wide receivers here. Devontae Adams, Debo, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Treylon Burks. Available running backs. Chubb, Stevenson, Pollard, Henry, Javonte, Damian Pierce. Available tight ends. Kittle, Goddard, Kincaid, Freiermuth, Waller. I'm not going to pick a quarterback, but Cousins, Goff, Lance, Pickett, Smith. And I mean, I could pick a quarterback. It is a super flex league, but... I mean, I kind of have a younger quarterback, an older quarterback, a younger receiver, an older receiver. I want to go wide receiver here, and I'm probably going to stick with who I want right here. Like I said, it's a little bit against ADP, but I also could easily see him getting selected, like literally at any moment. So, all right, I've got 3 more picks in this underdog draft. I'm going Sam Howell. It doesn't feel great, but I have Dotson on this team, and I need another quarterback. All right, so I'm on the clock in the league that just started drafting as well. So let's see what's going on over here. I mean, no surprise. Mahomes, Allen, Hurts. Really no surprise here. I'm going to take Burrow. I now have Burrow in both leagues. I don't care. I will tell you guys that all along, Joe Burrow was the player that I wanted. Like, hands down. So I'm very happy to have Burrow as my primary quarterback in both dynasty leagues. Very, very happy. All right, sorry guys, I gotta get reset here. I accidentally closed out of like all my tabs. All right, so now I've got 3 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends. I need another flyer tight end. Probably just gonna go wide receiver here. I might go tight end. Let's go Hayden Hurst. Why not? All right, yeah, like I've said more than once tonight, there's a lot going on within the community. All right, so yeah, like I said, going back to my original question of who I should potentially take in this league, there's all kinds of options right here. Let's see what some of you guys said. Cinnabon says, don't do it, John. I don't know who you're referring to. Thomas, let's do it live. Smokey, I got my pick in. J-Dub says, don't pick my guy. Bossman, he's on the clock in both leagues. I got to figure it out. I'm sorry, guys. Taylor says, Chubb, Pollard, or Kittle, in my opinion, or DJ Moore. I was thinking about DJ Moore. I'm not going to go running back or tight end yet. It is enticing to do so. Thomas, I like Spencer's pick with Hawkinson. Cinnabon and J-Dub getting the trades. Oh, yeah. I think I know who I'm going to pick. I'll do it after the Underdog draft's over. Keep you guys in suspense. It's against ADP. I mean, it's against ADP. But I'm going to take him because I know, unless I trade up, he will not be here at 6.9. I know that much. I will say it is not a top 5 player ranked at any position currently. I think he should be. I think he easily could be in front of quite a few other names. Try and guess it in the chat. I won't tell you if it's right or not. But just try and guess. Like I said, let me know who you guys would pick here. I mean, like I said, I've got Burrow, St. Brown, Prescott, Cup. So I do have a little bit of a veteran presence to this team. Not a quarterback, Thomas. Although I don't think it would be an awful idea to go quarterback right here. Taylor says Christian Kirk. It's definitely a good guess. I mean, and I don't think Kirk will make it back to me. You guys know I love Christian Kirk, but it's not Christian Kirk. Yeah. Not Kirk. Cinnabon says Ridley, not Ridley. I would pick Kirk before I'd pick Ridley in Dynasty and in Redraft. You know, that's my guy. Catterick with 3 picks in the first round in the other league. Just absolutely crazy. Goes Justin Herbert. Now has the 1.6. I mean, just wild. Like, do you go with a second quarterback here? What did you have to give up? No second, no third. I mean, if you're going to pick 2 quarterbacks in the first 3 rounds, that's not that bad. You have no 5th rounder, no 8th rounder. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's close. Yeah, but Herbert and Lawrence, and then having the 1.11 is a little wild, man. That's not bad. Emil says, so many trades went down in League 2. Bossman says, I hope I don't regret the trade I made. No regrets, bro. No regret. Don't have a running back. He said it's not top 5 remaining. Swift. No. No. If I was going to go running back, which I'm not, it'd probably be Stevenson or Pollard. Yeah. But I'm not. It's a wide receiver. I'll tell you guys that much. Or Rashad White. White's a good guess. Dotson's a good guess, but no. Okay, final pick for my underdog draft. I guess I'm going wide receiver. But wide receivers are not that good right now. Oh, I should have been thinking about this pick a little bit more. I'm going to actually take an additional quarterback and go Mac Jones. This underdog, I would have been fine with this draft, but Michael ruined it for me and took Brock Purdy. And then things got really, really interesting very quickly. I blame Michael for my bad underdog draft. Made for TV. I still can't believe how he didn't give up anything for 2 extra firsts. Well, you know, we just kind of took a look at it and, you know, I mean, no second rounder, no third rounder, no fifth rounder, 2 6 rounders, no 8th rounder. I mean, there's definitely some value missing, 2 11th rounders. But all in all, I think he's in a pretty good spot. All right. Taylor says, shake my head. Cat said the thing I was praying he wasn't going to do. No, I think if you move up there, now he's got to check out what wide receiver he could potentially get here. I mean, I don't know. He can do whatever he wants. I don't want to sway the draft potentially in any way. All right, so your underdog draft's over. This team is really weird. Jared Goff, Trey Lance, Sam Howell. So I felt like I just need another quarterback in case like Howell doesn't end up being the starter all year. Lance doesn't play at all. Like Goff sucks. I don't know. C-Mac, Pacheco, Cook, A-Chain, Roschon Johnson. I don't actually mind this running back room, but 2 guys on a week 13 bye, 2 guys on a week 10 bye. Probably should have got another running back. 6 wide receivers: Devonta Smith, Debo, DJ Moore, Dotson, Flowers, Shaheed. I love the receivers, but generally speaking, I like 7 receivers at least. Kittle, Laporta. Then I had to go with an additional tight end in Hayden Hurst because of Kittle and Laporta having the same bye. So I wanted Purdy for this build to get some Niners stacks. And with Goff, I really just took him because I felt like he was the best available quarterback, but we at least got Laporta. We've got Sam Howell with Dotson, which is a positive. But yeah, I mean, I intentionally took C-Mac, Debo, and Kittle. But at least we got Trey Lance. There's a little bit of hope. A little bit. All right. There's your underdog draft for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Pickens or J-Mo, Bean, you already have St. Brown. Does BJC know the draft is happening? Never seen him in the chat. I was a little bit worried about that. I will get it figured out after this stream. Might take a little bit of a pause. All right, so here's my selection. Brandon Ayuk. I want him on my team. I don't care if it's against ADP. I think Ayuk should be ranked higher. And he's not going to make it back to me at 6.9. You know, I don't need another veteran. I've got Kupp. I mean, I know Ayuk is like technically a veteran going in his 4th season. But now I've got age 25, age 23, and age 29. So I definitely need to get some rookie value towards the back end of the draft at wide receiver. But I wanted Ayuk. And I think his ADP should be higher. I literally think it should be right next to Debo. You know, like I think like Debo at 57, I think Ayuk should be like at 58. So, I mean, I easily think you could argue Ayuk should be that high. I mean, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, Pickens, Ridley, Burks. I absolutely think he should be in the conversation with all those guys, for sure. Burks, McLaurin, Jameson Williams. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ayuk going into his 4th year, over 1,000 receiving yards last year, 8 touchdowns, was your wide receiver 15, full PPR. Just a guy that, as we've continued to do more and more startup mocks, underdog drafts, whatever it may be, even redraft format, like just a player who I have wanted to get more and more value or more and more shares of, and I don't have a problem for reaching for him here, quote unquote, against his ADP whatsoever. And that is essentially the player I've been looking at all day. So I knew I was going to make that pick, but it was close. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, there are some other names I like here. You guys know I like DJ Moore a lot, for example. I thought about him, but ultimately wanted to go with a younger player in Brandon Ayuk, even if it's only a year difference. So I'm happy with that selection. But I don't want to go over a lot of players. Like I said, I don't want to sway the draft potentially in any direction. So Ayuk is nice. His ADP is way off, says Taylor. He's apparently been the best player on the field at OTAs. Yeah. I'm super happy with that pick. 100%. John, have a great night. Thank you for hanging out tonight, my dude. All right, guys. So a ton going on in the community at the moment. We are going to have multiple slow drafts going on. Another single quarterback dynasty league starting. So we will be taking a little bit of a break from doing dynasty startup mocks and really just shifting into the puppy as well as best ball mania drafts and a lot of redraft content, a lot of redraft mocks, as well as actual content, rankings, discussions, all kinds of things coming for the 2023 season. So you guys will see a little bit of a shift in the content on the channel. And one thing I will be doing, like once our dynasty drafts conclude, is obviously going over the drafts themselves, but also breaking down your guys' dynasty rosters on streams. And if you guys, are in the middle of trades, breaking down dynasty trades as well, as long as you guys are okay with me going over your respective trades on the stream as well. So there will still be some dynasty content and content around our dynasty leagues, but you guys know we've always been primarily a redraft and best ball channel, and we've definitely dabbled a lot in dynasty content this offseason, with the community moving into dynasty formats. But we're going to start to get back to our core as we move into what is getting closer to the fantasy football season. So just want to give you guys a little bit of heads up, the directions or the direction of how things may be going over the next couple weeks. But like I said, we will still be having some dynasty discussions and dynasty team reviews and things like that. So we may end up running some single quarterback mocks, since we still have a single quarterback league that will be going down as well. But we have a majority of our dynasty leagues for the community for the year officially drafting. Super excited, guys. I really am. So thank you guys for everything that you guys have done throughout the off season and continue to do throughout the off season. And I just really do appreciate you guys, man. And super excited for the fantasy season to hurry up and get here. Truly am. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you guys for drafting with me. Michael drafting with me, even though you stole Brock Purdy from me. And thank you guys for hanging out, talking fantasy. We can get a redraft mock off air going on Discord, Thomas. I will get that set up after the stream. If someone else sets it up, I will join it. Andrea, hello. Thank you for coming in. Sorry you were catching us at the end of the stream here. Yeah, let's run a redraft off air, and we'll go from there. It looks like I got something to attend to in the second Superflex League. Got to figure out if we have an inactive member or not. So I'll get that figured out. We'll run an off-air mock, and hit me up on Instagram or Discord if you guys need anything. So if you guys are new to the channel, thank you for hanging out tonight. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Everyone hit that like button on the way out. Check out the links down below. Follow us on Instagram, join our Discord, all that good stuff. And love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Michael, good drafting tonight, my dude. Appreciate you drafting with me, man, as always. And that'll do it for tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the catch. And